Now, Donald Trump wasn't the only politician in the spotlight for using colourful language today, with Winston Peters caught making disparaging remarks about Te Pāti Māori's Takuta Ferris. The Foreign Minister joined me earlier and we started by looking at the state of the ceasefire between Iran and Israel.
The situation is vastly improved now because peace has broken out from the comments from both Iran and from Israel. It looks like it will hold, but, you know, we've been let down so many times in the past. We must not get overconfident. Let's keep on doing the job we were seeking to do in the first place, look after our people who are still there, who want to get out, and await developments.
I wonder what you make of President Trump using the F word in relation to Israel and Iran's continued hostilities. Is that a sign of just how much is at stake here?
Well, it's a sign of a lot of things, but also one of awful frustration. You know, we sort of have been, over my whole lifetime, the news from the Middle East has dominated international affairs, and here we are at a time when many people are trying to see a peaceful outcome, and I can understand someone's utter expression of impatience and concern. Just it's the way sometimes it is.
You've said that you want to wait to have all of the facts before taking a position on the legality of the US bombing raid on Iran. So I wonder, where will that evidence come from and when? What are you waiting for? Well,
it only comes from proof, A, that there was the high degree of danger from the exacerbated nuclear developments that were happening whilst Iran had told us they weren't engaged with that. Now, that's a matter of evidence. And also the level of, when you talk about destruction, the level of destruction of that utility, whether that's a fact or not. Now, the only thing that'll prove that is time and evidence, and we can't just come off the top of our head and make speculative comments, because they're not helpful. We'd like to know exactly why it happened, what happened, and to what degree can we be assured that there is no danger now.
If the US in this instance was drawn into a protracted conflict with Iran, would the government consider sending Kiwi troops in a combat capacity this time?
Well, again, that'll be for my cabinet colleagues to decide upon. It would be for us to consult across the House, hopefully, as it happened in 2003. I can recall the 2003 decision. My party at the time was opposed to going into Iraq for very, very sound reasons. Well, this is a totally different circumstance now, but again, I could express the high unlikelihood of that to happen, but I have to consult my colleagues first before making any comment like that.
And just finally, Minister Peters, I want to return for a moment to political profanities. Now, you yourself were caught on camera on a hot mic today saying an expletive in Parliament.
Yes, I am positive.
OK.
Not you, dickhead.
What was that all about?
It's not an expletive, by the way. It is not an expletive.
OK, well, if you don't want to call it an expletive, you could definitely say that calling somebody a dickhead is calling them names. I mean, it's schoolyard behaviour, isn't it? And don't you think that Kiwis should expect their politicians in the House to uphold a higher level?
Well, if you go to the schoolyard, you know the old saying, sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
Well, it sounds a little bit like Takuta Ferris got under your skin and he threw you off your game, and so you were muttering under your breath and calling him names. Is that what happened?
He didn't throw me off my game. I just kind of thought that the appropriate response needed to be had to what he was doing.
It wasn't so long ago, just a few weeks back, when you were very unhappy about Brooke Van Velden using the C word in the House. There was a protester who was calling you names while you were out and about at a press conference, and now it just seems like a change in standards, Minister Peters, when you use a word like that yourself.
No, it's not a change in standards. It's like, no, it's not a word like that. One is a profanity, one is a curse word, one is anti-women in particular, and mine is just a statement, and it's not a profanity, it's not a swear word. I challenge you on the thesaurus, I challenge you on the dictionary, and you can't give me any evidence, but you carry on with the same line of questioning. OK, well, we will leave it there, Minister Peters. Thank you so much for your time today. Well, thank heavens for that.